Okay. Okay. So I don't share my screen yet. There you go. Share my screen. Okay. Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So first, just to start, we need ACC open in the window, so not full screen in the window, and then I go to the race department and I download some kind of a library. I mean, we'll see what's in this library because some libraries have, when you download them, some libraries have more files inside, like PNGs and so on, and some not. But let's see what this Metallica Lexus has. So I just downloaded it somewhere. Customs, liveries. Okay, so this one is nice because it has sponsors, decals, and so on separately. So now I just copy it to the respective folders. So I think that's so starting from the scratch is it's much more difficult than just taking some kind of a livery as a template, and then you can of course uh, change everything. And where is it now? There it is. Okay. So we have to copy it, Lexus Metallica, and then cars, Lexus Metallica. Okay, so we copied it. Let's see how how it looks like. Lexus Metallica. Okay, it takes a while because it's loading this. Okay, so super crappy. I mean,
Yeah.
but so this will be our template here. So we leave it here. So then this cars thing I never touch. I go to the liveries. Let's go to the Lexus Metallica thing. Yeah, and then we have our stuff. So there is a way how to force the game not to create this sponsors file. We would have to ask Greg. He wrote it once to me, but I forgot. And in order to refresh this livery, we will have to always delete this sponsors 0 DDS. So it's a bit yeah, it's a bit
Okay.
tedious, but that's how it is. So okay, so we have this, and let's see how the sponsors look like. Okay, sponsors look like this. So the way I was doing is, I was not really touching the decals. Oh wait, this is the decals. Okay, so we will need. Okay, he made it strange. Anyway, so we can use. I think the sponsors, it doesn't have all the background, and here the background is also there is something on top of the background. So let's open it first in the GIMP and see if it's saved in the way that it has layers. Because what we want to do now, we want to have this grid on the at the back that we can put stuff on top. So let's open this PNG. Okay, it doesn't have it doesn't have layers. So it means that it's the background and this stuff on top is just one picture, so we cannot extract the background from it. And I think the DDS I cannot open it with GIMP, right? No. Yeah. Okay, the same will be with the sponsors. So I think someone put it so we can get this background from Bonatrix or whatever. You know, all these cars, they have this backgrounds thing. Uh, I think someone put the link. So I will just copy the background stuff from my previous library. So I will go back to my Lexus Icewatch, whatever, and I will open the newest one. Okay, so this is my background. Where is this Lexus Metallica? Here. So open with. So I will now open it with the Inkscape. So maybe create here a new. So new Inkscape project. I will copy my background. So I have the background. So this the grid or whatever it's called. That's the template. I don't know how it's called. And then I will just put the sponsors from this Metallica thing on top. We'll see how it works. Okay. So you see that so this is just one layer. So the Metallica thing, and this is my template. So you see that the size doesn't match, and the size must match. So what I can do, and this is a vector graphic. So Inkscape is a vector graphic program. So it doesn't matter how small it is. So you can make it smaller. So if you press a control or stronghold button in German, you can then resize it with the size, the width and length is then fixed, because if I don't press the control button, I can make this, which we don't want. And if I press the control button, I can make this, so it's always scaled, the width and the height. So vector graphic means that doesn't matter how small it is, if I zoom in, still the quality will be the same. So I can make it smaller, and if I zoom in, it's still exactly the same. Yeah. So that's the beauty of the vector graphics. So if I want to match this with this one, so I can press on this, copy it, so Control S, and then no, sorry, Control C. Control C, and then press on this, and then we go to the edit, paste size, and then paste size, and then they are the same size, and then we can align this to this one. It should be aligned perfectly. So the Inkscape should snap it, so it should corner to corner snap.
No. Okay.
And there is an option somewhere. I mean, you know, when you open Inkscape from the first installation, it might look a bit different with these toolbars, but there is an option here, I think, on the right, toggle snapping. So if I switch it off here on the right, then it doesn't snap. And if I click it on, then it snaps. Hello? Yeah. Okay, so we have a background and we have the thing on top. So what I do, we have these layers here, which is very very useful for me. So what I do is that the template layer, I create a layer which will be at the very bottom, so below current, and this will be I don't know, a grid template. Okay, so I have a grid template, and I have this thing which will be layer 1, and we can rename it as original. Yeah, doesn't matter. But to be honest, you know what? Let's forget about the Metallica. Metallica will be only that we can put it on the side. It will be only for us as a whatever example. So we have our grid. So we save it. Save as. We will use this Metallica thing as so Lexus Metallica, and we'll put here sponsors, and we save it as Inkscape. And then we'll make our first custom livery, so we will just export this. So we click on this grid, and then here on the right side there is export PNG, and we'll export it. Sorry, no. We will export it to this Metallica folder as sponsors. Yeah, it has to. Okay, so sponsors. Save. Yes, replace. Here when we export PNG, you have to. So that's why I marked this, so that there will be export area as a selection, because then the size is perfectly fit to what the ACC needs. So we press on this background, export PNG selection, and then where it should be. So we created this new PNG. So we'll delete the sponsor 0 now. It's deleted, then I go back to ACC and then I load Metallica again. So now there is a lag because it creates the new livery, the new sponsor 0, and there it goes. So we have a beautiful livery. So now when the fun starts. So the way I do, for example, with the simple colors. First I create another layer which will be like black background. So I have a black background here, and then I create like wait a second. Why I don't see the grid template? So for some reason this object it's not in the grid template layer, because if you see it, it is in the original or whatever layer. So we can move this to the grid template because we want to have it at the very bottom. So I press the right button, move to layer, and then grid template, move. So now it's in the grid template, and then I want to have the second layer that I always do is that instead of something like this, everything that will not be colored by me specifically will be black. So how I normally now how we can save this, let's say that our second livery, is I press on this. So I have my area of the export, which is perfect area, and then I click visibility on the black background, and then I go to export again. So now instead of this, we should have everything black. So we delete the sponsor 0 again, and we load the thing. And now it should all be black. There we go. So we have a black thing. Okay, and so we have a template. So we have a black Lexus, and now you can do whatever you want. So we remove the visibility of the background, and then, for example, I add the layer, and then I add color 1. So I put it on the top, and now I have a color 1 color 1, and now I can use, for example, this part, this tool on the left, whatever it's called, Bro, and I can, for example, want to make a color out of the roof. So I make around the roof, I make the lines. So now I have a square, I mean in the shape of the roof. I go to this option, which is fill and stroke. I say fill, and stroke I say 0. So I have now green roof. And then let's see if it's in the color 1. Yes, it's in the color 1 layer. So we can, I mean, you can do it like this, but you can also mark bigger areas if you want to. Let's say we want to whole sides to have it green. We can mark it like this. I will now not make it very, detailed. I don't care. We don't care so much. Just want to show you the idea. So again, fill, stroke not. Now, okay, I don't want to do it on the same on the other side, so I can go to this shape. I can duplicate it by pressing Ctrl D. Okay, I duplicated it now. Now I can invert the shape with this here, and I can just put it on the other side of the car. Okay, so this is color 1. Now I want other parts to have a color, so a different color. So I will add color 2 above the current, yes. So just I will check if this is color 1. Yes, this is color 1. So color 2, I will do the same with the front bonnet. Okay, he's snapping, which I don't like right now, but doesn't matter. So color 2, let's say, will be, I don't know, red. Okay, and so this we can all mark red, let's say. So you have few of these tools, you know, like making different shapes and so on. So I don't want to be now very very detailed in this, doesn't matter. So the way I do it with different colors, so I mean my livery was now very red, completely red, but if you do the liveries like this, so if you do the layers like this, that you have one layer with this color, one layer with this color, you will be, it will be easier for you to make different liveries with different color combinations. So for example, now we have this, so let's export this. So I press again on the grid template, then I put back the blacks, and then I export this. So selection, yes, PNG. I delete the sponsor 0 while it's saving here, and then I load back the Metallica. So beautiful. Um, yeah, awesome livery. So we have this color combination, and because we have the layers, we can unmark the other layers, and we can, for example, check only this, and then I can so I can mark all these elements at once, go to fill and stroke, and change at once the color of all of them. So you know, I don't have to, if I had everything at once, I would have to mark selectively all 3 elements and then change their colors. And I mean, we have now only 3 elements, but if you've seen how many elements I had on my livery, it was a lot. So making these layers helps you, yeah, changing the colors of different layers automatically one by one. Yeah, so let's say so this is our now, and you know, like you have a lot of parts here, so you have to find out what is what. So a lot of for me the difficulty was that I didn't know what is what. So now I have a feeling and so on, but if you don't know what is what I always take like a color that I don't use in delivery, and let's say so it doesn't matter where it is, I make like something like this, so it crosses through these elements here. And then let's say you can take another color, something that I don't use, so wait, so this will be like this. Now we will put another one, blue one, let's say here. So I do it like this, and then again export. So I can leave now the background like it is, because if I put now the black, I will not, so it's easier for me to find out what the parts are if I export the delivery with the background like this, so for the parts. So I go again, export, I delete the sponsor 0, and then I load the Metallica stuff. So we look for the now for the pink stuff. So you see that, okay, here is a bit of pink, here is a bit of pink, here is a bit of pink. So probably, uh, wait, yeah, here is a bit of pink. So probably all of this stuff here has something to do with these small elements, these long elements. And then we also did the blue. Okay, we see a lot of blue here down. So we see that these blues, these are the diffusers, which would fit the how it looks like. Yeah. And so this is how I find out which parts do what, because many times you don't really know like what the hell is this. I mean, I guess now these are the small parts here inside, as I remember, but I already learned a bit about these parts. Okay, and with the vectors that you put on top, I mean it's the same like I create a new layer with, so I call it vectors. You can call it like sponsors, let's say sponsors, and I put it on the very top. So we can, I don't know, let's say we want the race department logo. So I copied it, and we have the race department logo. So we can remove everything else, and we want to put race department logo on the side of the car. So I want to do it on the other side, so I duplicate it, Control D, I invert it, wrong. Okay, yeah, race department. I also want to have it on the, sorry, I also want to have it at the front. So I put it here. Yeah, and then again, so I put all the colors. Export. Okay, and then I have my race department logo. And now, I mean, that's the principle. The one good thing again with the Inkscape is that you can change the shapes easily. Let's say I want, like here sometimes there is not so much space around that you cannot put a simple shape. So you can make. Wait a second. Co chcesz, Maja?
Chcemy potem
No. Ja,
bez małpa.
ja rozmawiam z ludźmi. Za chwilę, Maja. Zaraz skończę, ok? So we want to make a shape that fits the whatever shape it was. So now it's a square, but I can go to this option here, edit path nodes. Then I press this thing here, convert selected object to path. And now I can change the thing. And then I can also add more of these points. So if I double click, I add another one. I double click again, I double click again, I add another one. I double, and so on and so on. So I can add more of these points, and you can then much easier control the shape of the element. I mean, I guess in GIMP you can do it the same by just drawing, but in GIMP the difference is that once you draw it around, you cannot change the shape because it's not vector graphic. It's just a shape that you cannot change afterwards. Here you can, once you do something, these are all objects that you can change the shape. And I mean, that's why I'm just more used to work with this, and I don't have a pen to draw, and my drawing with the mouse it's shitty, so I prefer to create objects and change their shapes by moving the points. yeah, I mean, I think that's the that's it. I mean, the rest is up to you of your invention and so on. Um, yeah. Do you have any questions?
Can you show me the how to make layers?
Also, so you just you so you will have these toolbars here, and one of the toolbar will be layers. You just add, you just press the plus button, and then you create a layer, and then so with these eyes you can switch off the layers. And so for example color 3 doesn't have anything, but we have here like a different color than the, so we can press on this, and with the shift button we can select two objects. So we select them, and then we press the right button, and we can move these objects to a different layer. So move to layer 3. So now they are in the color 3 layer. So there you see they are in the color 3. So this is color 2 layer, this is color 1, this is the black background, grid template, and so on. So always this is hierarchical. So whenever something is on top, it will be on top of the rest. So if I move now sponsors below other colors, like here, it will disappear because now it's below the black thing. So of course I want sponsors on very top. Yeah. Did it answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the template. I should like put it instantly on first layer, and then just make top layers for
Yeah.
colors and.
Yeah. Look what we find out. So this orange stuff here. So this stuff. This is the how is it called? The grill. So we can color the grill in a different way. I didn't know about it. It looks
Yeah, that's
looks
pretty
funny.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for me
The
the most difficult thing is if you have, and I don't have a solution for it, and I think if you use GIMP there is also no solution for it. For this you can only use the 3D stuff. If you have things that go, I will open my livery from the other one. If you have an element that goes through two different elements, so I will switch off the colors, background. Okay. So for example, I will load this thing here. So you see this number 6 here. This is one element here, and then this is one element, this is one element, and this inside stuff is another element, and this circle is another element, this is another element, this is another, and this is another. And this is pain in the ass, because you can, like, I made the 6 here, but then part of this 6 is here, so I put another 6 here, and this circle here is somewhere else. I don't remember where it is. I think it's this circle here is here, you see. So like this circle, this is this element here, and this 6 here, this is this one, and the one what is inside, this is this part. So if your sponsor or whatever goes through different elements of the livery, then this is a pain in the ass to align this. Also, anything that goes on the top, they have this safety hatch at the roof. So if you put some sponsor on the full roof, this safety hatch is here. So you would have to kind of align the stuff and cut out a bit that will go here. So this is also difficult. I think I have a I have an example somewhere. Oh, I don't have an example anymore. Um, like exactly this 4 on the side of the door, you know, it goes through 2 elements, and you see that these 2 elements here are separated. So I kind of, you know, you have to kind of cut your element into 2 parts and shift the bottom part a bit. And in order to align this, you see that it's not perfectly aligned. If you zoom in, you see that there is some misalignment, but I just don't bother because it's really difficult. Like here also this 4 is not perfectly aligned. But I think for this you would have to use this 3D whatever stuff. Yeah. Okay. I mean, some small stuff, I don't know. I think you would have to first try, make your first livery, and you know, once you have questions, we could do a second session at one point. I like our livery. It's quite awesome.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't have any questions, I have to go because my kid is harassing me.
No
Maja, chcesz
problem.
coś powiedzieć? So, yeah, what?
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, then have fun creating your liveries.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then ciao. Tschüss.